This is a very simple machine, simple design. We have a spool of string. This particular spool has about 450 yards on it. So it's it's over 1,000 feet. This is the custom motor. We call it our BBF motor. It is 6,000 RPM and you can run whippets with this all day long. The battery is an 18 amp hour, deep cycle, rechargeable, sealed lead acid 12-volt battery. And this one has a fan in it as well. These are the pulleys that we use for the drag lure, the Lure Baby series. These are not for use with a continuous loop machine. They're way too lightweight, and the amount of tension on the line with a continuous loop will cut right through any pulley, other than ones that are made specifically for that. So these are made specifically for our drag lure machines. Basically, you just go out, put them where you want them, push them into the ground, and you're ready to run. This is designed to sit so that it spins while it's in the ground. If you use a hammer on these, you will destroy them. They're very lightweight and they're not designed to use a hammer with. So, having said that, we'll go set up our field. When you're setting up a course, you want to make sure that there's nothing in the run path that your dog can trip over, stab themselves with, fall over. Holes such as gopher holes, other holes that other dogs have dug at wherever you're setting up your field, sticks like this, landmines from other dogs that have left them and people haven't picked it up. Those things you need to pick up and move so that your dog does not run through them. See this area, you can see there are gopher mounds here, but there's no holes. If there's holes, you want to fill them in or tamp them down. Because if your dog steps in them, they can become injured. So right here, this is a good area. It doesn't need anything like a shovel, but bring a shovel to the field and that way you'll be able to fix whatever you find. One other rule of thumb, when you're laying out a course, if there's something in the way, but you want to lay string there anyway, if you put your pulley right next to whatever the impediment happens to be, whether it's a little hole that you can't fill or it's a swale to the land, the dog will not run right over the line almost always. They'll run to the side of it, one side or the other. So if you put your pulley right in front of whatever it is you don't want them to run into, they will avoid it. The lure that we use is a regular grocery bag, white grocery bag, and they flutter, they jump, they twist, and they look like prey. And that's basically what the dog is doing, is hunting. So you have to break or cut open, since I didn't bring a knife today, pull open the handle so your dog does not get caught in them. Grab one corner from the bottom. See, this is really what your bag looks like. You get one corner and smooth it down, and then you're going to attach it to the swivel. This is a standard fishing swivel, and we provide 2 of them with every machine. And you're going to just attach this bag to this swivel. Just going to open it up. Going to stick it through once, grab a little more, stick it through again, and maybe a little more from the other side if necessary. It's not really necessary, but, and close it up. And you're ready to run. So let's walk out some string. Putting the line around the pulley is very easy. You just lay it in the big channel. There's a channel right here. See, this is spinning, and you just lay it here and keep walking. That's it. That's all you do.
Using a swivel on the end of the line is absolutely critical, because without that swivel, the line will twist and you'll end up with a big mess of knots on your spool. It's also critical because if you don't have a swivel and you just tie the line onto whatever lure you're using, you run the risk, if you overshoot stopping the machine and you run the line all the way into the box, into the leveler, if it's got a bigger lure on it, such as a skin or something else, you can damage your machine and your equipment.
This is your hand control, very easy to use. Hold it in your hand, push the red button to make it go, and release it to let it slow down. You're going to want to keep this lure in front of your dog anywhere from 10 to 30 feet, depending on the dog.
Using the button on the hand switch is very, very easy. However, it takes a very light touch, and many people don't realize how delicate a touch it really needs. It's not that the switch is delicate, it's just that it's very sensitive. So if you're very forceful with it and you push down, you jam down on that red button, you run the risk of having it stick. And you don't want to do that because, again, you can damage your equipment if you don't use it properly. Using the switch is not a very forceful thing.
Yes, you always want to let your dog catch the lure at the end. It gives them a sense of accomplishment, and they've caught their prey. So you always want to do that for them. Otherwise, you'll end up with a very frustrated dog. And that's it. That's all there is to it.